This little video is just to go over one section of the WordPress dashboard, and that's the plugins. Even though we're going to mainly stay in posts, media, and pages, this might be something that you have to do from time to time this semester. So I'm going to go to plugins, and the kind of home page of plugins, if I didn't pick one of these three and just kept clicking on this, it's going to take me to my installed plugins page, kind of the default, this top one. And this is going to show all the this is kind of like adding an extension or an add-on to your version of Firefox or Chrome, or doing the same thing in one of the programs in the Adobe suite. And a lot of these already come installed with the installation of WordPress, or with your theme. It automatically says I'd recommend using that. So for example, this theme wanted us to install Contact Form 7 rather than some other format. The ones that are in blue are the ones that are turned on right now. The ones that are in white are inactive, so they're not taking up any kind of space. I guess we could go ahead and delete them at some point if we wanted to. If you ever wanted to deactivate one, obviously you can see where to do that here, or activate an existing one. If you want to add a new one, let's come up here to this. There are millions of WordPress plugins. Some of them are paid and some of them are free. A lot of the free ones give you like a light version of something where it's very minimal, and then they want you to upgrade and pay maybe $20, $25 to be able to get more features or something like that. I've already got a couple of extra ones installed for you, like a clipboard thing. That's the thing that gives us the ability to come back in here anytime that we see, like on the pages, or it shows up in the post, the same thing. Normally what it installs is the ability for you to see the words edit, quick edit, trash, and view. But this particular one also gave us the ability to add the clone and the new draft function. And that way you don't have to come in here and worry about copying over some page that you want to try to copy from or modify, but you're worried that if you make a change and it messes it up. This allows us to come in here and hit clone, which would make a duplicate of this page, like this. And then we can go ahead and work on this home temp draft, which actually it looks like I've already done. And each time it's adding one, I can see this under the quick edit. So this one's probably really called home temp 2 and home temp 3. I don't have to worry about messing up my home temp page, which is my front page right now, and accidentally ruining something when it's live. In a way, I can work in the background and nobody will be seeing this page until I later decide to take it from the draft stage to the publish stage, and then I could go ahead and very quickly trash this one and tell this one to change in the quick edit stage from draft to publish, and poof, the next time somebody refreshes the pages, they'll see this new one. So there's all different kinds of plugins that do different things. So I already have that one installed for us, but in this case we need to install a rotating tweets. There are hundreds of different plugins that allow us to access tweets on our site or Instagram modules. I'm just going to use this one just because it has a lot of high stars. So I've just gone to, again, add new, and then I did my search over here, and then I found one. These are all free for the most part in here, and then I just install now. And then I can go ahead from right here and just hit activate. And then when it's done, it's going to take me back to my plugin page to be able to show me that rotating tweets plugin is on. It's already yelling at me that I need to change the settings on it, which is fine. So I'll go ahead and just do that right now by coming over here under settings. That's where a lot of them allow you to activate the settings from right here within the listing of the plugin, but sometimes if not, it'll put it up underneath the tools section or the settings section. So I can go to rotating tweets, and in this particular case you guys are going to have to do the work to access the account to find some of these settings. But the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make one change here from default, which is when I load the rotating tweets JavaScript, the little teeny script that says go find your recent tweets. So in a way, go make a miniature connection with Twitter, see what you've done, and pull them in. A lot of times these things loaded in JavaScript, if they're in the beginning of a page, it just slows down the loading of the page a lot. So it's normally pretty acceptable to change something like this to just load in the footer. I'm not having this show up until the footer part of your page anyway, so it's perfect for it to be set there. So I've just changed this setting right here on this plugin. But there are a lot of different types of plugins that you can end up using. Again, these will all be gone when you check the settings for me. So if I was to go back to plugins, there's a ton of different things you could find. You could, again, I'm going to go to add new. There are things like rating systems. I could see somebody maybe wanting to add one of those. Rating system. Probably just the word rating would have been enough. But this would allow you to quickly add a plugin that, like at the bottom of every post, let people choose whether it's a thumbs up or thumbs down, or they could write it on a 5-star kind of a scale, all different kinds of things. So there are literally millions of different plugins that you can install. But for right now, unless you want to go add something different, I think we already have the minimum that I've installed that are going to help us get our job done.